just start us off, just your thoughts on kind of returning to play, and you get Chicago coming up here tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's been, we've been playing competitive games, but I think obviously the back half of the season is really important for everyone and the table's so close. So I think we're really excited, and to be back home at Lynn Family Stadium is a big one for us. So I think we're really pumped. We obviously ended well in the Women's Cup. So we're just using that momentum, have had really good training the last couple of weeks. So just going to take that and move it to Chicago.
Questions?
Well, I know you guys have only got to work with Bethany for a few training sessions now.
As she walks by.
Yeah, that's actually really just coincidental, I swear. What has it been like so far? Obviously, you guys know what she's accomplished, but actually getting to play with her and see some tendencies and such.
Yeah, I think obviously she's a great addition to our team. She's been really lovely as just like a human being. I know that, mid-season trades can be really tough, but she's honestly taken it in stride. And so has Janine coming in. I think that she'll be a really good presence for us in the box. A nice hold-up player as well. So yeah, she's been great.
How long does it take to get adjusted to new teammates going on, old teammates going out, and just kind of being like one unit out there?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's always going to be that like gelling period where it takes a little bit of time to figure people out, figure out tendencies. But I do think like we've all been playing soccer kind of our whole lives, so you'd think that it is just a ball and the same. I don't know. I honestly don't think it's going to take that long, especially with like the talent that they're bringing in. The type of players that they are. I don't think it will take that long at all.
Moves that were made, what does it say about what this club is trying to do for the future?
Yeah, I think obviously like there's a really big push for playoffs, and I think the time is now for us, and I think that that's really important for all of us that like we want to push to playoffs. But I think it also sets us up well for the future too. Like I think these are fantastic additions, really good people too. I think that they'll bring a lot to our community, and a lot to our squad. So I'm really excited to see everyone in their environment.
You mentioned you guys were playing competitive games, but they weren't the games that count on the standings when it comes to the NWSL. Is that a switch, or how much did those competitive games still kind of help you guys?
Yeah, I think anytime you're playing competitive games, you want to win. So I think honestly, a lot of those games were just opportunity for us. For us to get better, right? It's for us to improve, for us to see what systems work, what players work in what positions. I think, again, anytime we step on the field, like we're all competitors, we want to win. So I think it was a really good opportunity for us to, again, build that momentum, build what we need to in order to make that push for playoffs.
What kind of player is Janine? Like, what does she bring to you guys?
Yeah, I think she's quite dynamic. Obviously, I don't know her well. I've known her in the league for a while. She has a lot of experience, so I think she brings like a lot of leadership qualities. She has a lot of international experience, so I'm sure helping the younger internationals. But yeah, she brings like a wealth of knowledge to the game, and that I certainly will help us in that aspect. I think she's dynamic. I think she's versatile. So I think there's a lot of things that she can add to our group.
You're someone who's been here from the start.
Yeah.
That clear playoff push mentality. Is that something you waited for or wanted to see for a while?
Yeah, I mean, obviously being here since I think being an expansion team is really tough, right? And especially with the expansion draft and all that other stuff that went on, I think that that's really tough. But I do think we're in a position now, and I think we have been for maybe a couple years to start making that push. Obviously, we really want to win. I think we all really care a lot about racing, and we want to see trophies in the trophy case. But I think the mentality is there. It's just putting all of the pieces together now.
Are you glad to see the expansion draft going away?
I mean, I think so. I think from a free agency standpoint, the draft was really tough because people are picking where they want to end up, and then they're potentially going to get picked up again. So I think obviously with the addition of the new CBA, there's a lot of really cool things that are coming out of that.
The CBA and the work that went into it to see that come to fruition and the headlines and history you guys make with it. What does that mean to you?
Honestly, it means everything. I think, what has been reiterated a lot in media is just that like when the players win, everybody wins. And I think the work that was done behind the scenes is honestly insane. There's so many people and so many hours that were put into creating that, and just so many people were invested in it and wanted to give their opinion, wanted to make this league a better place for those who come after us. And I think especially for the older players, this is really important. And obviously, coming starting from the bottom now, I think we're making headlines, we're making really big moves. So I think the CBA is really important. And there's a lot of, obviously you can go read for yourself on wesaidnow.com, but there's a lot of really cool things that are very historic, which is like groundbreaking for US sports in general. So yeah, we're really pumped about it.
Anything else for Lauren?
Do you feel any extra responsibility being one of the longest tenured players, helping getting the new players oriented to Louisville?
Yeah, let me just kidding. No, I honestly, I think that I think it comes with the territory. Obviously, like I'm getting a bit older now too, just like I've been in the league for a bit of time. But yeah, I mean, obviously being here for a while, you've kind of seen the growth of this team and like the growth of the staff and honestly everything about this program. So I think, yeah, I do feel responsibility, but I think it's a shared load, which I love about this club. There's no one person that is like has to bear the brunt of that. So I think that's really cool that there's so much shared responsibility here, which I think aids in our ability to do good things on the pitch and off the pitch.